This is the story of Rupa Nanda. In the past, many lifetimes and many eons ago, Rupa Nanda had observed old people. She often went to funerals and saw sick people and dead people. At each funeral, she would often go and observe the corpse. After having seen it, she would contemplate. What do human corpses own? After dying, money and treasures in the millions or billions are discarded and left in this world, or are given to their children or grandchildren. And then they come to lie here in this coffin. Their children and grandchildren take them to be cremated in the cemetery. Ultimately, there is nothing left. Once humans are born, we must age in this manner. After aging, it is impossible to be a teenager again. We must continue to age. After aging, we must die. Rupa Nanda contemplated this during the era of the Kassapa Buddha. She had contemplated old people. She saw old people and regularly supported old people. Her understanding about old people became clearer during that past era. Once Rupa Nanda took rebirth in this era, she was born the younger sister of the Buddha. They shared the same father, but had different mothers. Her mother was Kodami, her older brother was Nanda, and she was Rupa Nanda. According to history, Rupa Nanda was one of delightful form, Rupa. After ordaining, which she did reluctantly, as she possessed little faith, sattva, when she ordained, she got to listen to the Buddha's sermons. The Buddha gave Dhamma sermons on topics like the filthiness of the body. Once humans are born, there is no part of them that is beautiful or attractive whatsoever. There is only filthiness and loathsomeness throughout. She was displeased by this because she thought, the Buddha will certainly criticize me and say that my body is not beautiful or attractive. I don't like that. I'm a beautiful person. Thereafter, she decided, I do not have to go and listen to the Buddha's sermons anymore. If I go, all I will hear is, this is not good, this is not attractive, this form is dirty and loathsome, it's not beautiful, it's not attractive. I know I am beautiful and attractive. I'm not going. It disagrees with me. She didn't go for many days. She sat in her place by herself. There were other female monks, bhikkhuni, who went to listen to the Buddha's sermons. They went and returned. The Buddha gave such a great sermon. The Dhamma he expounded was so rich it was like music to my ears. Each of them praised the Buddha's preaching, saying how melodious the teachings were. They praised the Buddha all of the time. Rupa Nanda sat there, listening. Before, the Buddha gave sermons about filthiness, asupa. What is going on? Or perhaps the Buddha has now changed his sermons, and that is why they are so popular with people. In any case, I'll go and have another listen to see what's going on. The next day, after the bhikkhunis had already gone on ahead, she walked behind them. She went to see what the Buddha was preaching that the bhikkhunis found so praiseworthy. She went and sat at the very edge of the pavilion, behind a post. She didn't want to be near the Buddha, because if she was near him, she was afraid that he would preach about filthiness, asupa. So, she hid behind a post, in the very back, secretly listening. At that moment, the Buddha was well aware that Rupa Nanda had contemplated old people, sick people, and dead people during her many past lifetimes. So the Buddha conjured an image, nimitta, of a person for her. This nimitta of a young woman stood to one side of the Buddha, fanning him. That young woman looked to be around 15 or 16 years of age. She was in her teens. She appeared to be very beautiful. The hundreds of thousands of people there did not see her. The only one who saw her was Rupa Nanda. Why is that young woman standing there fanning the Buddha? Why is that woman so beautiful? I thought I was a beauty of this world, yet how is she even more beautiful than I am? Her eyes were on the woman, while her ears were taking in the Buddha's sermon. The Buddha preached, and she listened. The Buddha preached about form, Rupa, about how, when the human form is born, there is aging. The characteristics of aging are like this. And it appeared as if the form that was standing to his side aged accordingly. Rupa Nanda contemplated. Humans really do age. Look at that form. Just now, that form looked like she was 15 or 16 years old. But now, that form has aged and appears to be 18 or 19 years old. She internalized Opanayiko and drew the form she saw inward to herself. I am the same way. I age just like she does. Before, I was a teenager and was even more beautiful than I am now. But now that I have become older, that beauty has lessened. Not too many years in the future, my beauty will cease to exist. It is just like this form. She drew parallels outward from herself to the form so that they corresponded. Then the Buddha explained about aging. Having aged, the body, sankhara, deteriorates and manifests various symptoms or illnesses. The form of a human of 50 years of age is like this. It becomes old in this way. This is the reality. The form seemed to age to 50 years as well. Rupa Nanda thought, this is what 50 years of age is like for humans. I am the same. When I am 50, I will become old just like this. She contemplated the form and contemplated herself simultaneously. They were the same. At the same time, it seemed like the form of that young woman continued to age to 60, then 70, then 80 years. Look at that. Before, she was only 16 years of age, and now she is 80. The body has greatly deteriorated. The hairs are white, the back is hunched, the skin and flesh are all stretched and drooping. There is nothing that is good. When I am that age, I will absolutely be just like that. She experienced a disillusioning awakening at that moment. Thereafter, the Buddha explained the Dhamma. Once a person has fully aged, they must die. After they die, what is that? It is not self, anatta. The entire body cannot be the self. It is discarded. It becomes earth, water, wind, and fire. This is the final instance of anatta. At that moment, it was as if the form that was standing had fallen backwards and died. Rupa Nanda sat there in shock. She saw the form fall. Oh, the human form is impermanent like this. I will be the same way in the future. I will be just like her. At that moment, she saw it very clearly. She awakened to the Dhamma as an arahant right then. Rupa Nanda did not meditate, samadhi. She simply used wisdom, paññā, to contemplate the truth in this way, over and over, and she attained arahantship. This is the story of Rupa Nanda. In her past, she was one who had contemplated birth, aging, sickness, and death over and over until it became her foundational nature, nisaya. Having this foundational nature, she likely had to hear things about birth, aging, sickness, and death. Those who are to awaken to the Dhamma have a certain foundation, a foundational nature. You cannot tell what foundational nature someone possesses. That is why you must use many metaphors, ubaya, in case one of those metaphors ends up corresponding to you.